Welcome. Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, imagine this for a second. What if every twist and turn in your life, every little habit, all your family stuff, what if it could all be traced back, like threads woven across lifetimes?
It's a powerful idea.
Right, because that's exactly where we're going today. We've got this incredibly detailed life story from one of our listeners, and we're going deep, exploring these surprising karmic connections shaping their past, present, and maybe even their future.
Yeah, this is a really unique opportunity. We're going to see how things that seem totally separate, a difficult birth, these weird falls, tricky family relationships, how they're actually all linked up.
By unseen forces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the source, like you said, it's this very personal account, a proper case study from the listener. It gives us this amazing window into how karma works, how it plays out within a family.
So our mission today, we want to pull out the big insights from the story, find the surprising links between cause and effect, and really give you a shortcut to understanding how what we did before kind of ripples into now. Okay, let's unpack this. So our listener story starts off, well, pretty remarkably, with what you'd have to call a miraculous birth. They're the youngest of four, and their mother conceived them quite late in life. Actually, the father, he initially didn't want any more kids.
Right.
He even went to a doctor, got some kind of injection meant to prevent pregnancy, but, well, it didn't work.
And that led to a lot of fear for the mother, didn't it? The
Yeah.
fear that maybe the child will be born with disabilities because of the circumstances, the late conception.
Exactly. And her reaction was immediate, really powerful. She started, building Buddhist statues for different temples, praying constantly for a safe birth.
Which is incredible dedication.
Yeah.
And the outcome.
The child, our listener, was born perfectly healthy, complete in every way.
It really speaks volumes about, intention and making merit, especially when it comes from such a deep place of love and, well, fear too.
But the story doesn't just stop there with a happy beginning. Things got a bit strange early on. Starting around age 2, our listener had this pattern of accidents, specifically falling downstairs. A lot.
Falling downstairs, that's quite specific.
It is. And the most dramatic one, it happened during their grandmother's funeral. They fell down 13 steps. 13. Passed out completely.
Oh my goodness.
And it just woke up and started running around like nothing happened. The mother, understandably, thought the deceased grandmother must have protected them.
Right, that's often the immediate thought, isn't it? Some kind of external intervention. But the karmic explanation here, it points somewhere else entirely.
Okay, so what was really going on?
Well, in a past life, our listener was actually a man. And during a fight with his wife, right at the top of some stairs, he got angry and sort of shook her hand or flicked it away. And this caused her to lose her balance and fall down the stairs. She was hurt, injured, but not severely. And he felt terrible about it afterwards, real regret.
Wow. So that one action, that angry flick.
That specific action is the karmic root of the frequent falls in this life.
But wait, if that's the karma, why weren't the falls worse? 13 steps, passing out? That sounds like it could have been serious.
That's a great question, and it shows the nuance, right? Firstly, the original act wasn't an intentional push aimed at causing major harm. It was an angry, impulsive flick.
Okay.
But, crucially, the listener in this current life has built up a huge amount of merit, consistently. Supporting Buddhism, always taking opportunities to make merit, building temple walls, funding statues, even buying this huge plot of land, 2,000 rei, for the temple.
Ah, so that's the protection.
Exactly. That constant stream of positive action that accumulated good karma has acted like a shield, protecting them from serious injury. It wasn't the grandmother intervening from the afterlife. It was their own merit.
That's actually incredibly empowering when you think about it. Your own actions creating your own safety net.
It really is. It shows how even, seemingly smaller past actions can create these recurring patterns, but also how consistent goodness is such a powerful defense.
And it definitely explains the listener's lifelong devotion to merit. You mentioned they started way back in 1975.
Yes, 2518 in the Buddhist era. Influenced by their sister, who worked at a Buddhist center and used to share Dharma teachings over the phone.
Even if they didn't fully grasp the concept of merit back then.
Right, even initially, without full understanding, they just did it. Consistently, all kinds of merit. And now, they watch Dao Dharma, the Buddhist channel, every single day.
That dedication must have led to some interesting experiences.
It did. There was a time, while they were observing the 8 precepts, meditating at the temple, they had this vision. Saw themselves as a nun, beautiful, white-skinned, meditating, but with a very, very large body.
What does that mean, a vision like that?
It's described as a kusala nimit, basically an auspicious sign. It shows good progress, a strong spiritual foundation. It's not quite the subtle body attainment, which is much deeper, requiring passing through specific meditative states, but it's definitely a very positive sign.
They also mention some significant dreams involving figures like grandma teacher and Wang Pu.
Yes, Yayajarn and Longpu, highly revered figures. In one dream, grandma teacher apparently told the listener and their elder sister that they came down together, meaning came into this life together and should try to make merit equally.
And the other dream,
In that one, Longpu told the listener to follow Fra Dech Fakun Luang Por Damachayo, who's a major contemporary spiritual teacher.
so were these like actual visits in the dream state?
Not direct physical visitations, no. It's understood more as a result of the incredibly strong spiritual connection these figures maintain with their followers or descendants in a spiritual sense. They keep them in the center of Dhammakaya, which sort of links their merit lines across different realms.
Like a spiritual guidance through connection.
Exactly. A connection that transcends just being physically present.
Okay, so we have this picture of deep spiritual practice, merit, auspicious signs, but our listener is still facing some really down-to-earth problems now.
Yes, real-life challenges.
Frequent arguments with the elder brother, sometimes even getting physical, and also struggling financially, finding it hard to earn money, even though they really want to make more merit.
And the advice given for that financial struggle is actually very telling, very practical karmic wisdom, really.
What was the advice?
Essentially, if you can't think, get out of your thoughts, calm your mind, and you will find a way. And also, to study successful people, learn how they do things.
How does that connect karmically?
Well, a calm, peaceful mind allows for clearer thinking, better intention setting, and more skillful action. That, in turn, helps create new, positive karmic pathways towards prosperity. It's about getting your inner state aligned with your outer goals.
Get out of your own way, basically.
In a sense, yes. Stop the mental noise to see the path forward.
Okay, that's helpful. Now let's dig into these family dynamics a bit more. The listener and the elder brother, all these arguments, you'd almost expect some big past life drama, like they were enemies or something.
You would, wouldn't you? But what's fascinating here is it's not that. It's not about past karmic debts or vengeance playing out.
Really? So what is it then?
It's actually rooted in their current life upbringing. Both of them, the brother being the only son, the listener being the youngest daughter, were, let's say, heavily favored by the parents. Indulged, perhaps.
Ah, the classic favored child dynamic.
Right. And while it came from love, it seems to have resulted in both of them developing quite stubborn personalities. Neither is willing to back down or yield to the other when they clash.
So the solution isn't clearing some ancient score, it's changing how they interact now.
Precisely. They need to work on their understanding of each other, try not to take things so personally, and, well, lessen the ego, the pride. If they can do that, they both win by overcoming those internal barriers. It strengthens their bond instead of creating fresh negative karma. Siblings, should ideally love and support each other.
Makes sense. It puts the power back in the present moment. Now, what about the elder brother and the father? That sounds complicated too. The brother argues with the dad, gets annoyed, but he's still the main caregiver.
Yes, another intricate one. And this does have a past life connection.
Okay, here we go.
In a past life, the man who is now the father and the man who's now the elder brother, they were best friends. Close buddies.
Okay.
And they were both pretty wild back then. Drinking, smoking, gambling, causing trouble. Just generally unruly.
Sounds like a recipe for karma.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And the father, in that life, he didn't just cause trouble generally. He specifically caused a lot of distress to his own father with his behavior.
Oh.
He also, apparently while drinking, swore this oath to his friend, the current elder brother, promising he'd always look after him, always care for him, with love and sincerity.
A drunken promise between unruly friends. How did things change?
Well, later in that same past life, the father figure,
Mm-hmm.
he changed. He reformed, became a good person, started really looking after his own parents diligently.
But the friend didn't.
The current elder brother just couldn't give up the old ways. Apparently he loved them too much, the drinking, the gambling.
He was stuck.
Seems so. But even though his friend wouldn't change, the father figure kept trying. He kept inviting him to make merit, trying to pull him towards a better path. He didn't give up on the connection.
So how does all that manifest now? It seems like a tangled mess.
It is tangled, but you can see the threads. The elder brother being reborn as the father's son, that's because of the shared merit they did create, despite everything. and the enduring connection the father maintained. The father's frustration now, the arguments with the son, that's partly the echo, the karmic result of how the father treated his own father back in that past life.
Like attracts like, in a way.
You could say that. And the fact the son has to care for the father, despite the friction, that's the result of the father's good karma from later in that past life when he reformed and diligently cared for his own parents.
Wow, so it's this complex cocktail of good and bad karma playing out between them.
Exactly. It's rarely just one thing. But there's a positive thread, too. The father absolutely adores the elder brother's children, his grandchildren. So that love, that merit is also part of the picture.
It really shows how layered these things are. Let's talk about the father himself now. He's 94. That's amazing.
Incredible, isn't it?
And still strong, independent, eats by himself, bathes himself, good eyesight, watches Deodharma daily, loud voice, though apparently a bit hard of hearing lately.
Yes, needs people to speak up. But he chants long prayers every single day, for hours sometimes.
What's the background there? What contributes to this long, healthy life?
Well, his past is quite impressive. He was a monk in his youth, even won awards for chanting beautifully. Then he was a police officer, apparently very good, feared by criminals. And throughout his life, just consistently making merit at all sorts of temples, building things, joining ceremonies like Kathan and Fat Paw.
Those robe offering ceremonies.
Right, just constant acts of charity and support for Buddhism. The hearing loss, by the way, seems to be just natural aging, not specific bad karma.
To the health and longevity.
Primarily down to that huge amount of merit accumulated over a lifetime. But also, and this seems key, he frequently made specific prayers, specific intentions for good health and a long life.
Ah, so directing the intention.
Exactly, setting that clear goal alongside the merit making.
That's powerful. Now contrast that with the mother. She's 82, very kind by nature, but she's had a lot of health issues. Multiple surgeries on her hip and knee, numb hands, this persistent leg pain.
Yes, quite a different picture physically, and her situation also has a clear primary karmic root.
What is it?
In a past life, she was a man driving a horse-drawn carriage, and accidentally, he struck an elderly person.
Oh, no.
The accident caused the elderly person to suffer a hip fracture, a broken leg, and bad bruises. That specific past action is the main cause of her hip, knee, and leg problems in this life.
A direct physical consequence across lifetimes.
Very direct. There's also a secondary karma mentioned from this life. Apparently, she once accidentally stepped on a puppy, causing it to become lame. That also contributed specifically to the leg issues.
So what's the path forward for her? Can this be resolved?
Yes, absolutely. The advice is clear. She needs to consistently practice metta, spreading loving kindness. Keep accumulating all forms of merit. And this is important. Consciously dedicate that merit to those she has harmed, especially that elderly person from the past life.
And that can actually counteract the past karma.
Yes. The insight here is that her karma, while causing suffering, isn't considered extremely severe. It can be overcome within this lifetime through dedicated practice and merit. It shows, again, every action creates a program, but consistent positive action, like metta and merit sharing, can rewrite that program.
That's really hopeful. This whole story just keeps revealing more layers. Let's shift now to the wider family, the ancestors. The listener's paternal grandparents, what were they like?
A remarkable pair. The grandfather was Chinese, born in Thailand. An amazing cook, apparently. He'd bring his entire kitchen setup to merit events. Also a charitable carpenter, helped build homes for people. Very beloved, very respected. He served the monks at the local temple, making tea for them daily. Didn't drink, though he did smoke. Died healthy at 74.
Sounds like a wonderful man. And the grandmother.
Equally impressive. She was of Mon ancestry, kind, generous, a compassionate midwife who helped everyone in the neighborhood, especially with postpartum care. She even assisted in the homes of important local figures, dignitaries, and was really cherished. Died healthy around age 70, actually on the father's lap.
What a peaceful end. And where did they end up, according to these insights?
They are together. In Daodong Phase 3, which is a specific, quite high heavenly realm, they have attached golden mansions there.
Wow.
It's a direct result of the merit they accumulated together throughout their lives. And significantly, they have received the merit that their descendants, like the listener and family, have dedicated to them. That helps solidify their wonderful state.
That's beautiful. What about the paternal uncle, the father's brother?
Another successful, well-liked figure, a kind businessman, very social, lots of friends. He focused his merit-making more on forest temples up in northern Thailand, with famous meditation masters like Luang Pu Wan. Also did traditional ceremonies. He visited Wat Phra Dhammakaya once for Kathan. Didn't drink, but also smoked. Loved his family deeply, especially the listener's father visited him all the time. And quite touchingly, he apparently waited for the father to arrive before he passed away at 83.
Another strong family bond. And his afterlife destination.
He's also in Dawadun Phase 3. Has his own mansion near his parents, the grandparents we just discussed. Again, due to his Buddhist merit, but also that strong, loving bond with his family. And he, too, has received the merit dedicated by the living relatives.
So, a pattern of positive outcomes here for those deeply involved in merit and family connection. But then there's the paternal aunt. Her story seems a bit different.
It is, and it holds a really crucial insight. She was from Chiang Mai, and her faith was Christian.
Okay, so not Buddhist primarily.
Right. However, she still performed actions that count as Buddhist merit. She gave alms. She even participated in building personal Dhammakaya Buddha statues. She died at 83 from a brain hemorrhage. Now, her children didn't really understand Buddhist merit practices, so she was buried according to Christian traditions in Chiang Mai.
So given her mixed background, where did she go?
She became a Kantan. It's a type of celestial being, often associated with artistic inclinations, residing in the Himapan forest, a sort of mythical heavenly realm of pure beings. This was due to the merit she did accrue, both through her Christian faith and acts of kindness, and those Buddhist actions like almsgiving.
So still a positive outcome.
Yes, definitely positive. But here's the key distinction. She received the merit dedicated to her, but only, and this is the exact phrasing, according to her basic understanding of merit.
What does that imply?
It strongly suggests that while all kindness and good deeds bear fruit, having a deeper, more accurate understanding of how karma and merit function according to Buddhist principles allows that merit to manifest more powerfully, potentially leading to an even higher or more refined state after death. Understanding the mechanics matters.
That's a really significant point. Knowledge itself influencing the outcome. Okay, let's bring this back full circle to the listener and their immediate siblings. Is there a shared group karma, a collective story from past lives?
Yes, there is. It's quite specific, actually. The listener and their elder sister, the one who got them into Buddhism, have a strong past connection.
Okay.
In a previous Buddha Kantara, of a very ancient time, they were both men and brothers.
Brothers back then, too?
Yep. The one who is now the elder sister was, back then, a chief royal page or advisor, also a soldier. Served a king who eventually became a monk. This brother was apparently quite promiscuous. Later, he ordained himself and became a teacher of Dharma. But because he talked a lot and didn't meditate enough, his mind wasn't as refined, as subtle as it could have been.
And the promiscuity.
That karma is why he was reborn as a woman in this life. But despite that, because of his merit in spreading the Dharma, he still managed to attain rebirth in the Sipuri Special Merit Circle, a very high heavenly realm associated with future Buddhas and dedicated practitioners.
Wow, okay. And the listener in that life.
The listener was the younger brother back then, a good person, not a soldier like his brother. He made merit mainly by being part of the provision group.
The suppliers,
Yeah.
like supporting the brother's activities.
Exactly. Providing resources, supporting the merit-making efforts, encouraged by his older brother. And he also managed to reach Dusitpuri, Special Merit Circle.
So they both made it there, despite different roles in karmic baggage.
Correct. And it goes wider than just them. The entire immediate family, father, mother, elder sister, elder brother, the listener, younger sister, they all share a history of making merit together in past lives, often as part of these provision groups, supporting Buddhist projects together.
So that explains some of the intense dynamics and bonds.
It contributes, certainly. Though the text also clarifies that the strong bond between the listener and her sister now, and the mother caring for the listener's daughter like her own, is primarily down to the current life's blood ties and mutual support. But the past life connections form a kind of underlying resonance.
Right, it all layers together. So we've journeyed through this incredible, intricate web, lives connected across time, actions echoing down generations. It's been such an illuminating deep dive. What really stands out to me is just how personal karma is, yet how interconnected it makes us.
Absolutely. I mean, what this case shows so clearly is that every single thing we do, say, or even think it's like creating a program, and that program will run, it will produce results down the line.
Yeah.
And karma is rarely simple, right? It's usually this mix, this blend of good and bad influences, shaping not just us as individuals, but the whole family dynamic, often in ways you wouldn't expect.
We definitely saw that with the father and brother.
Exactly. And we saw the undeniable power of consistent merit-making, especially when you add specific intentions, like the father praying for health. That really works. But maybe the most profound takeaway for me is that point about understanding.
The paternal aunt's story.
Right. The difference between a basic understanding of merit and a deep, correct understanding, according to the Buddhist teachings. It can genuinely change your trajectory, especially after this life.
So bringing it back to our listener and maybe to everyone listening, what does this all mean for you? Especially thinking about that struggle to earn money, to make more merit. Remember that advice.
Calm the mind. If you can't think, get out of your thoughts. Calm your mind, and you will find a way.
And learn from others. Study success. It's practical. And this whole case also shows how ingrained habits, like the brother's attachment to his old ways, can be really powerful, sometimes even overriding past promises or merit. Our choices right now really matter.
They really do. And maybe this is the final thought, the provocative question this whole deep dive leaves us with. How deeply do you really understand these principles? Merit, karma, cause, and effect. Not just intellectually, but in a way you can apply. Because as we saw with the ant, just knowing isn't quite the same as truly understanding.
Right.
How might applying that deeper understanding actually reshape your own life, your own destiny, and maybe even the relationships around you?
It's something to really ponder because knowledge, well, it's most valuable when you truly grasp it and use it.